Hey all, it's Tyler, and welcome back to another episode of Cloudland. We haven't spent a lot of time smoking wedding cake on Cloudland. In fact, we've spent no time at all. But because it flooded the market in 2019 and it's still a relatively easy find in several legal states for cannabis, we have spent some time talking about wedding cake. And as with anything on the hype train, it's like pumpkin flavoring in the fall. Some delivers and some does not. It's still a popular strain for sure, and I'm not a hater. I'm just perhaps a bit more interested in other, more interesting stuff, such as the Great Cake Pheno Hunt that wedding cake inspired. As a basic explanation, a Pheno Hunt is when people take strains and start experimenting with them, like the fucking island of Dr. Moreau. But with weed, man, so it's not as creepy and it's totally natural. Just like dick butt, phenos are when you cross shit together through science. So all of a sudden, growers were splitting off their wedding cake plants and mutating them into all different kinds of new dicks and butts. Okay, quick, let's play a strain name game. What do you get when you cross wedding cake with gelato? You've got 3 seconds, go! If you guessed ice cream cake, you win my appreciation. I can't wait to review ice cream cake someday on Cloudland, but that someday will not be today.
We ain't gonna be in no fire, not today.
There are so many wedding cake spin-offs. Wedding Crasher, Wedding Pie, Wedding Mince, Pound Cake, Lava Cake, LA Kush Cake, Divorce Bride, Sugar Melody, Ring Scotty Cake, Funfetti, Scotty, Animal Mince, 3 in the Pink, After Party, Baklava, and Wedding Punch.
Oh yeah!
What are we doing here again? Oh yeah, all right. Cake stuff. So there's one more I want to talk about. So let's do one more strain name game. What do you get when you cross grape pie with ice cream cake with Wedding Crasher? Who guessed crashing grape wedding ice pie? Well, you are wrong. It's actually Grape Cream Cake. And here it is. Oh yeah. This is from one of my absolutely favorite places in Maine, Kind Farms Reserve. I've mentioned Green Truck before, but 2 miles down the road is Kind Farms. They've got the prettiest weed shop I've ever seen. They have reliably great product. The prices can be a little bit higher than I normally like to spend, but they include tax into the final cost. Also, the bud tenders are the sweetest people you will find in Maine and beyond. And in line with that, I've noticed their growers really tend to lean into cultivating sweet strains. Whether it's wedding mince, grape pie, or stroopwafel, they seem to specialize in higher THC dessert flavored strains. Kind Farms output is kind of like Napa wine. Wine from there tends to be fruity, sugary, and higher in alcohol. And sort of in the same stratosphere, Kind Farms makes weed that's super sweet and great for after work or for a nightcap. No hangover though, unless you get a weed hangover, which can be rough, but still not as bad as a wine hangover, right? So, with all that said, we've got their Grape Cream Cake, which I was not planning to get initially, but on a whim, I added it to my order, and I'm super glad I did. I was delighted when I smoked it in the late PM hours that night, and it would be time. It is the time. The time. What time is it, Tyler? It is time to smoke. All right, before we go any further, I just want to address something real quick. Yes, the shirt. It is a giraffe hitting a bong. So I figured, why not bring out my bong? It's really not as dirty as it looks. promise you that's actually just coloring. All right, so we're down to the last bud. That is a frosty white bud. It's a little condensed due to the fact that it came in a bag and was stored in a bag. There's some debate whether you like bags or jars. Most people seem to like jars because they're more showy. The problem with most jars, unless they're super clamp sealed, is that they are going to let in some sort of oxygen. I prefer to get bags and then put my stuff in jars. I like jars. They're pretty. I really like this. Grapes and cream. Frosting. It's sweet. It's sweet for sure. Got that wedding cake sweetness, almost sweeter, but it's got a fruitiness to it that wedding cake sometimes lacks. God, I hate to break down this bud. Some people snap the buds. I think most people pick at it at the bottom because then you don't destroy it completely. You just sort of chip away at it. That's what I'm going to do. I think I can get the best, cleanest rip off here. There you go. Doesn't seem like quite enough, does it? Let's rip off, peck at it a little more. So we got two runty nugs in there, but not too runty. We should get a nice bowl. And no nug plug today because we've got the bong, and the bong has a slide, and this slide has a screen. So we don't need a nug plug, but one thing I don't want to do is I don't want to light it on fire too much. Just like brush, you light a little bit and it spreads. So just when you have ground up weed and you're just packing a bowl regularly, all you need is that little fire and then it will catch. You really can vaporize your weed way too fast via combustion. We weren't really meant to enjoy terpenes at the high temperature of a flame, of a lighter produces, but it is the most effective way to consume cannabis.
Where do you just smoke it, yo?
All right, so we ground up our grape cream cake. I'm just going to pack up a bowl here. It's getting to be bedtime here in Cloudland, so this is a great nightcapper for me. Some people don't like to pack huge bowls and bubblers and weed, even if they're given a huge bowl, because what happens is you can burn the weed and then a layer of ash will sit atop fresh weed as opposed to burning it and getting sort of an even hit. What you're doing is you're smoking the top and then the fire just keeps digging. But as it goes through it, you're also getting the taste from the previously smoked weed, which is now ash. That said, I am going to smoke a fatty tonight, baby. So we've got the bong. We are filled up. We've got a few ice cubes. I don't like to put in too much ice because sometimes it can deceive me into how smooth it is, because it'll be super smooth and then all of a sudden I'll just start hacking up everywhere. And we don't want that, do we? Do we? I don't know. Okay, so we're looking for names for our pieces. Looking for suggestions if you feel like it. Feel free to email us at cloudlandtyler@gmail.com. You can also leave a comment down below. You know, we will circle back with all of these pipes and we are going to name them. Gosh darn it. We are going to name them because they're beautiful and they deserve to be known as more than just that bowl or that bong or the big bong or that other bowl. All right. That is delightfully fruity. It is sweet. Ooh. Ooh. I like it. I like it a lot. Second hit. Wow. This is a pretty strong indica. I've seen the THC testing around 23.6% THC. That was on Weed Maps. I don't know if that's true or if that's aggregated information. You never know with weed websites. I would just say this is a great for nighttime strain. I am feeling it. I'm feeling it. But we are going to power through. We got the third hit upcoming. We're encountering an issue in Cloudland which we've never had before, where I may have packed the bowl too much. If that is the case, you have two options. The first is you put your bong down and you take a break. And then there's the second option. The second option is to power through. And that's the one I wouldn't recommend. And you guessed it, that's the one we're going to go with. Nose tickling. All right, so after the third rip, we are going to give a rating here, and it's going to be 4.5 clouds today for Kind Farms Reserve Grape Cream Cake. And just says indica. I would agree with that because I feel socially awkward right now, and I'm alone. Oh my God. I would not recommend smoking this in social situations, but alas, here we are. Okay. With that hit, I think that's going to do us for now, because I am ready to go away. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining us again. Kind Farms Reserve has chocolate bars. Chocolate bars you can get all over the state of Maine if you're a medical patient. They are the bomb. Yeah, Kind Farms Reserve is awesome. All right, with that said, guys, I am going to call it a wrap on Cloudland and this evening. Go ahead and hit the like button. Subscribe if you dare. We appreciate you. We'll see you on the other side of tomorrow for sure, because I'm going to the snoozer. All right, good night, everybody.